Right, so now we're going to talk about shoulder rehab and getting back on snow after a shoulder injury, like an AC joint injury. So we can go through a few progressions to get back on snow for that.
Yep.
And it's probably one of the most common injuries we see for the shoulder in the freestyle world.
Have you had a shoulder injury?
I have, yeah. I've injured my AC joint and it took a while to recover, but it's good now.
I've actually done this injury 3 times. It was a long time ago. How it happens is from taking a hard impact from a fall on a snowboard. Very, very common snowboard industry injury. Let's hear about how you rehab it.
Yeah, absolutely. So the first thing we want to do is build strength around the shoulder. Starting off, we can start to get a bit more range in the shoulder and loosen it off. And that can be a good way to start your rehab progression. A really easy one to do is a child's pose. So if I get into a child's pose position, and people often think of the child's pose as a back stretch, but it's great for your shoulders as well. So if you keep your knees nice and wide, keep your hands out in front of you like this, and then you're going to sink your pelvis back towards your heels as far as you can.
For me, I definitely feel it in my upper back.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is a good stretch for your back and your hips as well. But if you push into it a little bit further, you can definitely feel that stretch coming into the front of your shoulders. And this is a good way to get that overhead range of the AC joint.
Yep.
You can also bring your arms a bit wider and stretch in that plane as well.
Okay. Where does that move to a different spot?
Yeah, so you might feel that stretch a little bit more around your pecs, your chest muscles.
Okay. Yeah, I can definitely feel it in my pecs right now.
Yeah, cool. So the next thing we can try and practice is more of that overhead strength. So getting the strength in the AC joint when your arm's above your head is quite important when you're rehabbing. This one is quite a difficult exercise, but it's a good thing to practice. So it's called a pike push-up. So if we stand up like this and drop your hands onto the mat, you want to keep your legs fairly wide and walk your feet as close as you can to your hands. Now you might feel that tension come through your hamstrings, so this one might be difficult if you have tight hammies.
Yep.
And then what you want to do is drop your head down towards the mat with your elbows back towards your knees and back up. So this is quite a difficult one, but really great to load that AC joint.
Yeah. That gets you hot quick.
Absolutely. That's a bit of a shoulder burner. So that's a really great way to build strength, but something that's also important is learning how to fall when you're on a snowboard and impacting through your shoulders. So the next exercise is a great way to sort of get into that falling mentality and getting your shoulders strong if you were to fall.
Okay.
So what we can do is use this slide disc here, and it's called a slide push-up. So if we just start on our knees, one hand on the disc, one hand on the floor, and then allow that disc to slide out as far as you can, controlling with your arm, and push back up like that. And you can do this on both sides. And it's really going to work that arm that's flat on the ground there.
So there's a lot more pressure in my left arm.
A lot more pressure on that side.
So is that the one I'm rehabbing?
That's the one you're rehabbing, but you can also do this on the opposite arm, because when you bring the slide disc out, you're really controlling with the muscles through your shoulder to bring that arm out and back.
Yeah.
It's a tough one on both sides.
Yeah, right on. Let me try the other side. No. Gotta switch the disc. Okay. Yeah.
Great.
I feel like with the sliding arm out kind of helps a little bit with the, what do you call it? Just the movement of it, whereas the static arm seems to be taking a lot more of the strength.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So when you fall, sometimes we do fall with our arms outstretched. So it's really good to strengthen these stabilizers around your shoulder if you were to sort of fall with your arm out like that.
Yeah, right on.
The next thing we can do is called a drop catch. So a drop catch is when you're on your knees like this, and we're gonna allow the body to come forward and landing on your arms like this, going down to a push-up and then springing back. So that quickly is like that, and push back up. You wanna absorb through your hands and bring your body slowly down towards the ground.
How's that?
Yeah, that looks really good.
And that's to build strength again on the shoulder?
Yeah, absolutely. So once we've done all the strengthening exercises, this can be a good way to add speed to your movement. When we fall, we don't really fall slow a lot of the time, and injuries usually happen with speed. So being able to catch and absorb through your shoulders is actually a really good thing to practice when you're rehabbing from a shoulder injury.
Okay, good to know.
Awesome.
Yeah, stay away from those shoulder injuries. They're really common in snowboarding.
Absolutely.